What up, friends? Hang on. Hello, friends. How are you? Hi. So I am doing my nails and plucking, doing the hygiene stuff. I think I cut myself. Yeah, I cut myself. I went a little bit too much in. Okay. What up, friends? How are you doing? So I was just sitting here thinking about stuff, and I want to talk about social media, the mommy sector, and actually a little bit about everything. Things I've wanted to say that I haven't said. Okay, so I hope all is well, and I miss you guys. But it's a lot maintaining my shit's going off over there on my TikTok because of the guy that scammed me. So I've been trying to my engagement over there, since a lot more people message me there because I don't have time. But I'm trying to find a balance between all my platforms, because I do have small followings on pretty much all the platforms. I'm at 400 on Instagram and like 3 away from 400 on TikTok. Okay. Then on Facebook, I'm at like 1,200, and here I'm at about 1,200. So I'm like steady, like I'm creeping up. Okay. But I want to talk about the mommy sector, and also about what my social media, like why did I decide to start doing like social media and stuff like that? Okay. All right. So first of all, and then also, is the mommy sector dead? Is it gone? Is this it for them? Because I know the other day I did mention that this is it. Like, their channels are pretty much dead, and they don't know or they don't realize it, or I think Strong Mommy Chrissy knows it. That's why she hasn't really come back, right? Okay. So first off, I miss y'all. And I'm sorry I've been neglecting y'all, but I've been trying, okay? Just been very busy, but I am figuring out a schedule, because I find like I'm just working too much, so I'm trying not to work as much, and just kind of like relinquish control, with my work stuff. So there is going to be more time, okay? Because I've had this channel for so long, and it helps me, because when I didn't have anybody to talk to, you people were here for me and didn't judge me or whatever. And I had somewhere to I can't just leave you all, like, it really meant a lot, because when I literally had nobody to talk to in real life, you guys were there, okay? And I will forever be grateful for that, okay? So there's that. Okay, so also about, I've thought about this a little bit back and forth, and then I remembered why I don't do it. Shout outs, like, would I do a shout out like with a bigger creator to bring traffic my way? The reason I don't do it, and I choose not to do it, because I can easily just pay somebody to shout me out and people can come subscribe to me. But the problem with that, which is the same reason why I didn't tell anybody in my real life, like family, friends, I didn't tell anybody I had social media, like YouTube. Like, a lot of people didn't know until last year that I had a YouTube channel, because I wanted to grow my channel organically. How many times have you had like family like support you, but they don't actually, like, there's no watch time there, you know what I mean? Like, they're following you, but there's no watch time. I think the important thing is the watch time, right? Who's gonna actually come and watch you? I do have a couple family members that do watch me, so hello to you. Thank you for always being there and not judging me. But for the most part, I didn't tell anybody. Okay, I didn't tell anybody, because it's kind of like, it's weird when people find out you have a YouTube channel. They're like, who you talking to? You know what I mean? Now my family is like more, they know that's, that I like doing it. I enjoy doing it. It was my therapy when my brother died, and it's helped me a lot. It's been a lot for me, so that's why I do it. So for that reason is the reason why I don't pay anybody for a shout out, because you can get subscribers from people, like, I could pay whatever, $50, 100, whatever it is. I don't know, because I've never really inquired. but people are going to come subscribe to you, but are they going to watch you? And is it going to be, I'd rather you find me and be like, you know what, she's pretty cool, she's let me go ahead and subscribe to her, and you come by yourself. You know what I mean? Just like it's kind of like the same thing with my family. Like, I didn't want to tell people and then they just not watch me, you know? So if they come, they come. If they don't, you know, it's no big deal. I'm telling you, like 90% of my family does not watch me. So there you go. But which is fine. I'm not offended at all, because, you know, I mean, what do I really talk about here? Anyways, so with the mommy sector, My Jazzy Life, Liv's Life, Strong Mommy Chrissy, they've been on the struggle bus for views. Okay, they have been on the struggle bus, and my content with them is basically me kind of like not giving them advice, more like giving the viewer advice, because I do understand that there are young women who may see this behavior from these women and think that it's okay. You know, not all of us had a mom to lead us, you know, and teach us, and, you know, not all of us. Some of us were raised by, you know, a dad, or some of us didn't have parents and we had like an old grandparent, you know. Some of us, you know, mom was always working, you know, so we don't, and we don't have siblings, or, you know, everybody's different, you know. And sometimes if that's all you see, you think that's like the right thing to do, because a lot of times, like growing up, I saw certain things and behaviors growing up, and I just assumed it was the right thing. It was okay. It was all right. You know, it's no big deal, because I saw it growing up, and that's far from the truth. Okay. Very far from the truth. Some of the things I saw was not right, and there was nobody there to tell me, you know, otherwise, you know. So that's why I do my videos. It's not for them ladies. It's for the young women who might possibly be in the same toxic relationships, situationships, whatever, as these women. Okay, what they try to pass off as normal and everyday, and oh, like, for me, I'm just very conservative. I know I curse a lot, and you know, I have an X-rated mouth, but deep, like me as a person, I'm very old-fashioned, you know. I believe probably different than you. When I'm in a relationship, I'm like I guess the submissive one in the relationship, because those are just my beliefs. You can do whatever you want. I don't judge, nothing. That's just me, myself, okay? And I just don't want you to be in a situation or find yourself in a situation like these women and feel like there's no way out. Like you have to put up with like a Christopher Bowser, you know, or lie and be like, oh yes, I'm pregnant by this person, not pregnant by this person. Oh, I'm having twins, not having twins. You know, like, just be truthful. You know what I mean? Strong Mommy Chrissy I do not like her. I mean, do what you want with your twat, but don't be teaching other women to spread yourself thin like that. Like, it's okay to wait to have sex with somebody. It's okay not to have sex with somebody. It's okay to hold out, you know, and not have sex, because then what? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And the way she's so nonchalant about it, she could just bust it wide open for anybody. If you want to do that, you do what you want with what you've got going on, as long as you feel confident with it. Even her, she feels confident. Amen, sister. But I don't like the message that she gives to young women, to just bust it wide open for anybody. No, you should, you know, that's something special, you know. She just like doesn't, I don't know, for me, I feel like you have one, and you have and nobody else has one like yours. Okay, that's how I see it. And it's not like, oh, a dime a dozen. I mean, maybe hers, but not mine. Not mine, you know. And I want women to love themselves, cherish themselves, and to know that they are worth it. They are worth somebody fighting for. They are worth holding out for somebody else. You know, don't just give yourself to somebody because they looked your way. No, these women do that. Live. I mean, somebody winks at her, she's like already like, you know, with her legs up in the air, like, come on, like, don't be so easily swindled, okay? Just don't do it. Just hold out. If somebody really, really loves and cares about you, they will respect your wishes on when you're going to put out. And that's it, you know? So these women, their platforms have dwindled down to very little views. I think Strong Mommy Chrissy knows that it's pretty much over. That's why she doesn't come back. They can turn things around, because I do believe people can change. I just because they're like this now doesn't mean they can't change, because when you get older, you change, you mature. Some people mature. The way you think is different, you know. So with them, I think if they're truthful with themselves and stop lying, stop with the storytelling. Like, not everything is just this big. Sometimes people have lives, you know, and things don't happen. Nothing like is this big old storyline. Like, you know, when you watch shows, it's like there's a storyline. And then at the end, they solve the problems and they move on and something else happens. I feel they feel the need to keep these storylines going, but nobody is, like, we know it's not true, you know? Like, if they were more truthful and more authentic, I think they could save their channels. All of them. If they were to start loving themselves, looking at themselves, and changing the way they are as parents, you know? Like the whole reason for us to live is to evolve as people, right? And if they are just, these women have not moved an inch this whole time. These bitches are the same since we first met them. Liv is worse, okay? They really need to take account. If they don't, obviously they don't want 9 to 5s, okay? Obviously. They have these channels, they have these platforms, they have people's attention. What the fuck are you gonna do with it? You know, what are you gonna do with it? They are doing nothing, okay? I think Jazzy is trying, but she's too busy trying to do what other people are doing than just being herself. You know what I mean? She needs a lot of work in the parenting department, but who doesn't, right? Liv has a lot of issues. I think she's probably been through some things in her life that's why she wears this mask and stuff. But I think if they really, really turn their lives around and document it, they could really flip the script on everybody. They really can. But they are too prideful, and none of them ever hold themselves accountable for anything. Accountability is what to them? Like, they don't even know what the word means, you know? Hang on. This is not Fiji. I've refilled this. My daughter gave it to me. She goes, this is my last one. Do you want it? My daughter drinks it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I'm going to save the bottle. This is like, how many ounces is this? It's a liter. It's a liter. Oh, and y'all better be staying hydrated. You don't want to taste like nickels, okay? Anyways, so I think they can. And I feel, and I watch, and honestly, whenever I watch them, I'm like, they are still capping. Like, these women are still in denial. Like, come on, like, shit. Like, and you would think, you know, and honestly, they need to stop watching, like, people who react on them, because they cannot handle it. Like, this long in the game, like Jazzy, 10 years. What, Strong Mommy Chrissy is about the same. Liv is about 7 years in the game. And they still care about what people think. Like, you would think by now, and that's what stops them, honestly. Like, that's their downfall, is them listening to what people feel. People are always going to feel a way about you. Always. Not everybody is going to like you. And once I learned that and I stopped caring, that's when shit really started popping off for me, okay? Anyways, so my social media, I feel like it's my calling. I don't know, like, for some reason I was called to it. And when I first started, it was uncomfortable because I wasn't being like my authentic self, right? But now that I'm being myself, I think that's why maybe I'm getting more followers and stuff like that. But this is what I learned watching like social media and stuff like that, is if you have a channel, hey, hi, hi, Mary. If you have a channel and you're trying to grow, this is what I've learned, okay? I wouldn't do pay for shout outs. I wouldn't do that. If you want, you can, but are those people going to come and watch? Is that money going to be worth it in the end? I would much rather organically meet people or them see me and maybe have the same opinions as me, or you don't have to have the same opinions as me. You can have whatever opinion. I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you for it. You know, we can all agree to disagree and coexist and be friends. Like, come on. Like, there's so many different types of people in the world. We don't all have to be on the same, you know, and get along. You know what I mean? As long as I can vibe with you, we're cool, okay? But what I've learned in social media is, which I need to get on it, is as long as you, I learned it on TikTok, actually. They say if you post on each platform, I have different content on all my platforms. You're not going to see, maybe once in a while you will, but I try not to. I try not to give you the same content on all platforms. I try to give you different stuff. Okay. I try, but sometimes I fail. But as long as you post at least 3 to 4, like if you're on Instagram, post 3 to 4 shorts a day, that'll grow your channel. If you do that on TikTok, it's the same. And on YouTube, if you're like on a schedule, which I love Mondays. I don't know why, but I love Mondays. Saturdays and Mondays, I think, is going to be the days that I put out my content, because I'm trying to get a schedule together. Trying to get my shit together. And that's what I'm going to try out here. Because I don't really have a schedule. And one's going to be a live, and then one's going to be like a edited video. And that's my plan for this. Well, hopefully it's this week coming up. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to do. I watch you whenever you are like, oh, hi. Welcome back. Yeah, I know whenever I go live, like, I've noticed like people are starting to like watch me. Like, oh my gosh, people are starting to watch me. Like, you know, like after all these years. I'm just kidding. After all these years, you know. But, anyway, so that's my plan. As long as you stay consistent, consistency is key, which is so hard for me because I'm just so busy. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, so is everybody else. Like, everybody else is busy. And it doesn't have to be like a crazy long video. And the content that I put up on TikTok and on the Reels they're like really short. Like, I can handle it. I can do this. I can do this. So that's going to be my goal for the next month. Okay. We'll say August. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do for the month. And we're going to see how that works out, if I can stay on schedule. It's not so much to grow or anything like that. It's just so that I can be consistent. You know what I mean? So that's my goal. Also, I really, really hope that these mommies can switch it up, because I don't want them to fail. Like, I don't want anybody to fail. Like, we're all here on this earth to do something, right? They have all of these followers. They should do something with it. Using his underwear. Do something with it. You know what I mean? Do something positive with it for the people, for the women, you know, or for people in general. Anyways, so thank you all for joining me. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that stuff, and tell you what my goal is. Okay. If y'all follow me, be ready, because it's coming. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.